Well, Bill Gates responding to Elizabeth Warren's proposal to talk about her proposed wealth tax. Our wealth guy. Yeah, Robert Frank, that's him. He joins us with the latest on this back and forth. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, David, and the tax guy now these days. Bill Gates saying yesterday that he supports higher taxes for the wealthy, but not through wealth tax.
I've paid over $10 billion in taxes. I paid more than anyone in taxes. But I'm glad to have paid, if I'd had to pay $20 billion, it's fine. But when you say I should pay $100 billion, okay, then I'm starting to do a little math about what I have left over. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Now, he also offered to meet with Warren. Warren tweeting back, "I'm always happy to meet with people, even if we have different views. Bill, if we get the chance, I'd love to explain exactly how much you'd pay under my wealth tax. I promise it's not $100 billion. So how much would Bill Gates pay? Well, the wealth tax for Elizabeth Warren right now is 6%. That's the top rate on fortunes over $1 billion. Gates' net worth right now at $109 billion. So he would pay $6.5 billion in wealth taxes this year. But Warren is also planning a tax on unrealized capital gains as part of her health care plan. Gates' wealth up this year to $19 billion on Microsoft stock gains. So he would pay an additional $7 billion on top of the wealth tax. So Bill Gates' total tax bill under Warren this year would be $13 billion. Now, Gates just a moment ago tweeting back to Warren, quote, "You and other candidates are having a really interesting conversation on how to solve some of the world's toughest problems. I greatly respect your commitment to finding ways to address wealth and inequality and poverty at home. While we may disagree about some of the ways to get there, we certainly agree we need a lot of smart people committed to finding the path forward." So the latest back and forth on what will continue to be a lot of back and forth between Warren and the wealthy. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, and very interesting. I'd love to obviously see and be part of that conversation and were it to ever take place. Robert, so he's $109 billion. That's outside the Gates Foundation.
Correct.
That's his net worth currently.
That's right.
Okay, and doesn't she also have proposals that would in some way tax foundations as well?
Yeah, so as part of the wealth tax, there are some elements in there that would include foundational wealth as part of your official wealth. So that's a good point. I didn't include that in my calculation, but that would probably add about another $2 to $3 billion to that $12 billion, bringing them up to $15 billion for this year. So that's a good point, David. I should have added that in there as well.
I'm here for you, Robert.
Thank you.
The wealth guy, the tax guy. Robert, is there political appetite to even change the tax bill? I mean, I know that this has been a big part of her campaign so far. We just had tax reform a few years ago. Is this even a real selling point, in terms of the election?
Well, there's another proposal out today, which we'll hear more from Elon Musk later today, from some congresspeople calling for higher taxes on multimillionaires. And the issue with Elizabeth Warren is what many people say is, well, this is the one part of her agenda, taxes, that Congress has to approve. So more rational minds will step this back, and she'll never be able to get this through Congress because people in the House and certainly in the Senate wouldn't allow it. But you're seeing among Democrats now a clear race to somehow, however you want to do it, even Joe Biden entering this race, to tax the wealthy more and to increase revenue from that group. So they're all doing it, but they're all doing it in different ways and clearly on a different amount and a different scale.